Hi, my name is Cameron Cooper, and I'm a senior left-handed pitcher at Warner University. This right here is Luby Fields. He's a sophomore left-handed pitcher also here at Warner University. We were told to pick a movement in our sport that we really feel is important. Well, me being a pitcher, 95% of what I do involves the pitching motion. So today we're going to be breaking down the pitching motion. During this video, we'll be looking at muscular actions, kinetic chain lines, and prime movers and stabilizers in the motion. So to start, we'll have Luby just show us his normal pitching motion. So there you can kind of see it in a little bit more full speed. Well, now we're gonna have him go through it real slowly, and we're gonna look at the isometric, concentric, and eccentric movements. So we'll start with just him standing here. This would be, he's pitching out of the stretch, and this would just be him getting ready to look at the pitch. Right now, almost all his muscles should be in an isometric like contraction, which means that they are really not wanting to lengthen or anything right now. So first, we're gonna have him slowly start and do his motion and bring it down. Right now here, you can kind of see right here in this back leg, when he's starting to like lengthen it, that's gonna be more of a eccentric motion because it's lengthening. Now as he starts to lift his leg up, you're going to start seeing him kind of sink in a little bit on this back leg, which means the muscle's shortening. That's going to be concentric back in this area, and this leg lifting up here is concentric. Also, as a pitcher, his core is kind of tightening right now, right here. That's going to be concentric as well, which is the tightening of the muscle. Now, as he starts to stride out, comes out of that leg kick, his muscles start they're starting to come back out. They're coming into an eccentric muscle action because they're lengthened. So through here, this is going to start strengthening out. Through here, this is going to start being like that, and his core is starting to get into that eccentric motion. And as he finishes to follow through just a little bit more, as we bring his arm out here, you saw that starting to lengthen as well. That would be eccentric motion as well. All right. Well, now we're going to move on, and we're going to be talking though about the kinetic chain lines when pitching. So the kinetic chain lines basically are going to explain why we have we're doing something up here, why it might affect something down here. And the one that's most prominent in baseball, especially pitching, is going to be the spiral kinetic chain line. The spiral kinetic chain line basically is going to run from like here, and it's going to cut down through here on him. Same like right through here and on here, and a little bit back here behind his neck area. So if we have him redo that motion, we'll kind of see it in action. So as we come here, we see it twisting, and right here, you can see where it run, like we we're talking about right off the line, and then pitching. It also involves pushing off of a lot of your hips. So like anybody that actually does this motion, they're gonna feel this all tighten up right through him. And so that would be just an example of how this whole spiral chain line is connected. And so for the last thing we're going to be looking at today is the prime movers and stabilizers in the pitching motion. A prime mover is a muscle that acts directly to make a desired move, where a stabilizer is something that's going to counteract that desired movement. So in the pitching motion, this will be the last time we have Luby go through his motion. If we get started, go slowly. As he starts to lift his leg up, we can see right in here, in his leg right here, this is going to be something that he's going to push off of. This is going to supply a lot of the power. And then the core as well, as we were already talking about. So as he comes down and flies through that motion, then his shoulders are going to come in attack, and that's going to be what creates the big prime movements. And then the stabilizers though, the stabilizers are going to be more deep. So as we have so the prime movers, those are more superficial, which means more towards the surface, towards the skin. Whereas deep means deep, like more towards the bone area. And so the muscles that are going to counteract these movements are going to be more throughout here, deep into more in his back, and then they're going to be more deep in his legs, closer to the bones. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about how the pitching motion and kinesiology can be connected together.